English students, welcome back. Another video about comparatives and superlatives. This is probably video number 2 or 3, so if this is confusing, you might have to go back and check out some of our other videos. But this is a pretty basic rundown of how we use comparative adjectives. I want to talk about two things, and I want to compare those two things. So let's get to it. Now, look at this little picture. I'm an artist, as you can see. Here we have gentleman A and gentleman B. As we can see, gentleman A is tall and person B is short. Actually, there are 4 ways to say this sentence, or 4 ways to compare these two people. Here are those 4 ways. Now, number 1 and number 2 are the easy ways. For example, A is taller than B. Remember, we always have to use than when we're comparing two things. If you're worried about the spelling, go back and check the other video. Number 2, B is shorter than A. Easy, right? A is taller, B is shorter. Easy. Number 3 and number 4, a little bit complicated, especially for lower level students. But we can also use not as short as. So I can say A is not as short as B, or B is not as tall as A. All 4 of these sentences have exactly the same meaning, slightly different nuance, but they tell us the same information. A is taller than B. Just remember, for sentences 3 and 4, do not use a comparative. We're just going to use the adjective. For example here, short and tall. All right, pretty easy. If you have a question, ask us below. I'll answer it. I'll type it. I'll write it down. All right, but we're moving on. Now, what if two people, again, artist, if two people are the same height? I can't say A is taller than B or B is shorter than A because they're the same. So in this case, we can use as adjective as. So I can say A is as tall as B. If those two people are tall, I can say A is as tall as B. If they're both short, I can say A is as short as B. Doesn't matter, both okay, same meaning. And just a little bonus sentence, A is the same height as B. So we can say the same plus a noun as B. The same temperature. Yeah, I can't talk about that now, but we can use the same temperature. Yeah. Okay, we can also, if we want to describe a big difference, like here we have Canada, very, very cold. We don't like that. And Singapore, very, very hot. We like that. And I want to talk about the difference between those two temperatures, minus 35, that's real, it does do that, and plus 35, like today. Canada is much colder than Singapore. We can use much, we can use far, not far like that, but far means much, or a lot, plus a comparative, plus than. Canada is much colder than Singapore. Singapore is a lot hotter than Canada. Canada is a lot bigger than Singapore. We can use that to describe a big difference. Okay? Now, if we want to describe a small difference, let's look. Malaysia is 32 and Singapore is 35. I can say Singapore is a bit hotter than Malaysia. I can say Malaysia is a bit cooler than Singapore. So there you have it. That's pretty much the basics of how we use comparative adjectives. Like I said again, sentence 3 and 4, a little bit more advanced, so it might be a little bit difficult for you. But don't worry about that too much. You can watch more videos to learn more. So remember, subscribe below, comment below, like it, don't like it. That's all up to you. Thank you very much. See you again.